The fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford had ended, and this is how the boxing world reacted.
What's up, Netflix? It's your boy Terence Crawford. Thanks to all my supporters. I told y'all I was gonna win. I know a lot of them fans is going home crying, like I said. But shout out to all the fans that came to support.
Guys, we gotta move.
In the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Can you get a better ending than tonight? I mean, really?
Not at all. Not at all. This is the top of the top. You know, Canelo is, you know, an all-time great. Like I said before, he's the last one.
He was the A side of the age.
There's no more Canelos, you know. So, there's no more. So, you know, when you look around, you say, I'm the Canelo. You know, I'm the face of boxing now, and I'm the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, like I always been.
113 for the winner on unanimous decision, the Fighting Pride of Omaha.
Yeah. 3-time undisputed. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the greatest of all time for sure.
Congratulations. I'm proud of you. You look spectacular. Spectacular for round one. You know, I always.
Hey, you see me wink at you?
That's it.
I pulled one of your moves.
I think the camera.
I see you, champ.
Yeah.
Upset of a lifetime?
Nah, it wasn't an upset. The people that, you know, really know boxing knew that it was a good fight.
Yeah.
It depended on what kind of fight that Bud fought. He fought the fight that he needed to fight to win.
Is that how you expect it to go? You want to see a rematch, Devin, or you think it was pretty clean?
Honestly, I know it's a lot of money in the rematch, but I want Bud to retire. He accomplished everything in boxing already. He made a lot of money. He should just go spend time with his family and have some fun.
Terence Crawford just proved me wrong, proved a lot of people wrong, and cements himself as one of the all-time greats, S-tier, top tier. Gets to, as my man Sam Gordon just texted me from San Francisco Chronicle, gets to sit at any table. And coming into this fight, you know, I had Crawford #1 pound for pound back in 2017. I always acknowledged him as the best counterpuncher in the game, one of the great counterpunchers. But I didn't see him as Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson. I didn't see him as that. I saw him as the tier of greats right below that. Oscar, Shane, Mike McCallum, guys like that. And it turns out, no, he's with the best of the best.
Y'all was here?
Yeah.
It was a good fight. I'm honored to be here.
You expected that?
I'm happy to be here, bro. It was a great fight.
Is there a need for a rematch, though? Canelo came on a little bit late, but
that's different. They took a long time to prepare for this great fight.
Yeah.
Let them enjoy, let them have a rest, and we'll see what's next.
Beautiful performance from Terence Crawford.
Beautiful performance, tremendous night for boxing.
Yeah.
And he had a game plan, he performed, and he deserves all the recognition.
Yeah. What would you like to see next from him?
To have a nice vacation and enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Let him rest. He deserves all the time.
Yeah.
To really enjoy what he has just accomplished.
You know, I wanted to see a good fight, man, and I think that's what the world saw. And I would love to see another one.
So you want to see them run it back?
Yeah, that or Boots.
Yeah, Boots Ennis. Where does this put Crawford in the all-time greatest, man?
He definitely cracked the top 10, and he's closer to top 5. But I think he's got some more work to do. That was incredible.
Yeah. What about Canelo, man? Where's he at?
Still amazing. Still one of the greatest fighters of our time, man. A lot of respect for both these guys to get in there and give the fans what they wanted to see, man, which was a great fight.
Science of the sport. This guy adapts. I knew it.
How did you know he was going to win? Why?
He's got too much ammunition. You know, southpaw, orthodox, on the back foot. That's what changes good from great is knowing how to adapt. You know, back foot, front foot. That's the difference.
Offered to retire, you want to continue?
You guys push that back a little bit.
Hey, he's doing well. It's been good. Hey, what a performance.
Canelo came out, as he always does, starts well, lots of feints. I thought Canelo, was feigning more and had better positioning early. But once Crawford, here's where the fight really swung to Crawford. It was a competitive first 3 rounds, nip and tuck. Crawford a little more accurate. But in the start of the 4th round, Crawford opened up and really had a dominant first minute. And Canelo was persistent in the last 2 minutes, and then that started to be a little bit of a pattern. And I wondered if Crawford would get jobbed on the scorecards, because then he started making the habit of starting the first minute beautifully. He did that in the 4th, either the 6th or the 7th, definitely the 7th. He did it in the 7th. I think he did it in the 4th, 6th, 7th, and 9th. And then he would take his foot off the gas, and I'm like, okay, now you're giving a reason for the judges to find a way to rob you for the bigger name fighter in Canelo. But then in 10, 11, I mean, the fight was really over in the 11th. He stood in the phone booth with Canelo, took some of those looping, old school Triple G type looping right hands over the top, those anchor shots, and he ate him no problem.
Like the Sugar Ray Leonard and everything. He should be in another stratosphere with what he's accomplished here tonight. So his legacy just grows.
Were you surprised it was so one-sided?
No. Well, you got 2 champions and 2 different styles. And obviously, Crawford was a little quicker.
Hell of a jump, man. I'm happy for him. Super excited for him, man.
Yeah.
Shit was a hell of a night for us. The speed, really.
Yeah.
I think it was the main factor. Canelo couldn't really keep up with him. He was too fast. His feet, footwork was too good. I feel like Bud damn near basically went every round. So but yeah, that's about right. You can say that. Yeah. 3-time undisputed. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the greatest of all time for sure.
What happens to Canelo after this? It don't matter. He's made a big statement for not only Mexico or the pride of Mexico, but for all Latinos right there. So he's done a great job for himself, man. Nevertheless, Crawford is on his way, continuing to create greatness. I know boxing. I just know stylistically. I've been in the gym with. I've shared the ring with Canelo, and then I see that. So the punching, the output that he was giving Canelo, definitely gave him the win.
I want to apologize on behalf of Terence Crawford. He just messed up your bag, man.
I know, bro.
He messed up your bag. What's up?
You say that, though. You say that, but listen, God's got a greater plan, innit? God's got a greater plan, and it'd even be an honour to share the ring with him.
Do you think Crawford will start the weight, or should start the weight?
I reckon he will stay it, because he looked good at it. He looked strong at it.
Did he seem hurting there at all?
Nah, not at all, man. He was eating them punches, bro. I was shocked, but he's a GOAT.
Easy work for Crawford. Easy work. Crawford is special, and he did it. It was a great fight. It was a great fight. Canelo really was trying, couldn't get to him. He looked a bit frustrated, but it was a great fight all around. Both guys looked good.
Crawford an all-time great, Lennox?
Crawford was great.
Easy work. He almost got the 11-round stoppage.
Yeah.
I told y'all he is a monster.
Yeah.
Listen, man, Canelo's a good fighter, man.
Yeah.
But he made the fight look normal, guys.
Yeah.
He made it look normal. Canelo left out of face with the cherry red face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Bud didn't have a mark on him. There's nobody that's ever done what Bud just done to Canelo.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He stepped a little more to Canelo than Floyd, right?
Nobody's ever hit Canelo like that before, ever.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Check this out, guys. Floyd Money Mayweather just shared on social media that he bet $50,000 on Crawford to win, and he won $75,000 back. So Crawford made Mayweather $74,000. Most people that I talked to were betting on Canelo. A few people bet on Crawford.
Before the fight, Zab Judah was especially confident about Crawford. He described Crawford's reflexes, quickness, and IQ as the perfect tools to frustrate Alvarez and wear him down over 12 rounds. Judah even believed that Crawford's high-level boxing skills could lead to a stoppage if Canelo faded in the later stages.
What about Canelo and Crawford?
Crawford. No hesitation. No hesitation.
I want to see that fight.
Big Bud. Big Bud. We're going to have to roll Canelo up. We're going to have to pack him up, baby.
But how hard is the jump from 47 to 68?
I mean, listen, it's a very big challenge. But what I said, with his skills and the way he's adapted to the size, brother, when I seen him stand toe-to-toe and side by side, I said, game over. Terrence Crawford. And listen, don't be surprised if he stops him. I'm telling you.
Who?
Don't be surprised
if Canelo stops Crawford.
Terrence Bud Crawford stops Canelo.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I love you. Skills pay the bills. See that, Cody? Skills pay the bills.
Caleb Plant, who had already been in the ring with Alvarez, offered a more balanced take. He acknowledged both fighters' strengths, pointing to Canelo's power and experience on one side and Crawford's sharpness and adaptability on the other. Plant believed the fight wasn't just about physical advantages, but about who showed greater mental toughness and executed their plan more effectively. To him, it could swing either way depending on who imposed their will.
Terrence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And, you know, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter. Still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And it's exciting. You know, Terrence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox, southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside. And he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting. It's a big question mark on the end of it, though. So that's why, you know, I'm sure all of us are excited for that bell to ring and, you know, be able to find out firsthand.
Kyron Davis leaned toward Crawford, saying his mental strength and ability to adjust would be decisive. He didn't think moving up in weight would rob Crawford of his agility or intelligence, and he saw it as another chance for Crawford to prove his adaptability. In Davis's eyes, the fight was going to be more about Crawford's ability to think on the fly than about any raw power Alvarez carried.
Have you been in there with Crawford?
Yeah.
So you've been in there with Crawford, you've been there with Canelo. What can you take from sparring both of them to gauge what's gonna happen in September?
Preparation is gonna definitely be everything.
Crawford adjusting to the 168 pound division. I know he's been sitting at a heavier weight for a while, but he's been showing his training and stuff. So that's definitely gonna help him. Canelo experience. You got Crawford, he got great experience as well. It's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a good chess match. I expect a great fight. If I had to favor somebody, I would just pick Canelo because of the weight disparity. Canelo is naturally sits really well at 168, and it's just always tough for a guy to come to 168 and come from that many weight classes up and do something like that. If he does it, if anybody could do it, it'll be Terence Crawford.
Rageous Pro Gray offered a warning. He argued that Crawford might lose some of his trademark advantages by bulking up. To Pro Gray, Crawford's speed and power at lighter weights might not translate against a naturally bigger fighter like Alvarez. He also reminded people that Canelo had already handled punchers like Gennady Golovkin and Sergey Kovalev, which proved he could deal with both strength and kill at the highest level. Pro Gray felt the size and power difference might be too much for Crawford to overcome.
I think that Crawford has the ability to outbox Canelo. You gotta look at it. And then Canelo's older. Crawford has the ability, but he's small, and he can look bigger Crawford could look bigger in the weigh-ins and all that stuff, but it's always a difference. When you get that fight with somebody, you can tell. Same thing with Jamel. Jamel fought him, the twin. He fought Crawford, and in all the stuff, the weigh-ins and the press conference, Jamel looked like the bigger man. His head, his neck, everything looked bigger. But when they got in the fight, you can tell. You can see who really was the bigger man. And I think that's the same thing. Crawford is putting on weight, but it's not weight. Like Canelo had the weight already. He doesn't have to put on muscle. He doesn't have to do that. He's already big like that. But I think that Crawford does have the style. He does have the style to beat him. If you look at the people that beat him or gave him troubles, Irislan, DeLaura, Austin Trout, Floyd, and Bivol, they gave him trouble and stuff like that. And Skull moved around a little bit too. So I think that Crawford has that, but I don't know how Crawford is gonna respond when he gets hit. Same thing with Jamel. Jamel was undisputed at 154, and Canelo hit him and shit. Jamel was like, hell no. Jamel took a knee. So it's a big difference. And Crawford had that one fight at 154, and he didn't. Madrimov would touch him up a little bit. And this is nowhere close to Madrimov. You talk about Canelo. Now, if it was just another bigger guy, I would go with Crawford. But you talk about this might be, people might kill me for it, but well, not really, but this might be the best Mexican fighter ever. One of them, at least, right?
Andy Ruiz gave a measured view. He acknowledged Canelo's power, something every opponent had to respect, but he also pointed out that Alvarez has not always looked comfortable against southpaws. Since Crawford could fight effectively from the southpaw stance, Ruiz suggested this could become a key factor. Even so, he avoided making a firm prediction, saying the fight was too close to call. Edgar Berlanga, who had felt Alvarez's power firsthand, leaned toward Crawford despite being hurt himself in their fight. He admitted that Canelo's punches were punishing and that opponents often entered with confidence only to be broken down, as happened with Jermel Charlo, Caleb Plant, William Skull, and even Berlanga himself. But Berlanga believed Crawford was a different breed because of his brain, adaptability, and ability to adjust in ways those other fighters could not.
He just gotta fight him, you know what I'm saying? He gotta go in there. I think Crawford just gotta go in there and do what he gotta do, you know what I'm saying? He gotta just be Crawford, show his IQ, show him why he's a two-time undisputed, world champion, and going there with confidence, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is, there's a big weight difference, a big weight jump, that could be a difference in the fight, because obviously, it's like me jumping up to heavyweight. Obviously, I'm a feel the power, I'm a feel that size difference, compared to my other fights. So I just think that he got to go in there and just be himself. And I said, if he loses, we'll just all know that, hey, he just jumped up 2 weight classes to be great. You know what I'm saying? It's not, he's testing himself. He's testing himself a great fighter. So, and I don't doubt him, I don't got no doubt in my mind. He's a 2-time undisputed world champion for a reason. So, and I don't think none's going to faze him in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the power, maybe the size, you know what I'm saying? And, Canelo, he's not knocking Canelo out. So, he just got to go in there, just IQ.
Would you lean towards Canelo still in that fight?
I got faith in him. I think Crawford could do it. You know what I'm saying? I think he could do it. Just like I said, just the size. The only shit that throws the fight off is the size and, obviously the power. And Canelo's IQ too, because Canelo got IQ, you know what I'm saying? And Canelo fought a much bigger guys, So I know the Crawford's power ain't gonna phase him. I know Crawford's size ain't gonna phase him either, you know what I'm saying? So, but for me, I think it's a 50-50 fight.
Ray Robinson, one of the rare men to own a win over Crawford from the amateurs, spoke with respect before the fight. He explained that if the bout went the distance, Crawford had a strong chance of outpointing Alvarez. At the same time, Robinson warned that if Canelo landed clean, the result could swing dramatically the other way. Robinson's view highlighted just how thin the margin was between the two fighters.
I mean, it's kind of hard to go against Crawford because how good he is and how he figure out ways how to win. You know what I mean? So you can't take nothing from him, and you can't blame him trying to be great. I understand that, but it's gonna be a good fight.
Are you leaning towards him? Do you feel like you're not sure at this stage?
Yeah, I'm not sure because I look at it as if it go the distance, I think Crawford will win. But if Canelo, touch him, it might be a little different. But honestly, I don't know. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be a hell of a fight, and I think it's more of the fans win. You know what I mean? It's two great fighters fighting each other at their best. So it's definitely going to be, an amazing fight, and I think the fans win more than anything.
John Ryder, who endured 12 hard rounds with Alvarez, called the fight a genuine 50-50. He recalled how one Canelo punch had broken his nose and shifted his fight, proving the Mexican's power could change things in an instant. Still, Ryder praised Crawford's versatility, pointing to his stance switching, speed, and two-handed effectiveness. He was sure Crawford would study Dmitry Bivol's blueprint, the one recent fighter to cleanly outpoint Canelo. Ryder also stressed Alvarez's habit of collecting information in the early rounds before unleashing his full strategy, which made him dangerous no matter how things started.
You faced Canelo. If you could give some pointers to Crawford, what should he do to come out victorious in September?
I think you just got to watch the Bivol blueprint, the in and out. I mean, a lot of fighters getting stick now for being runners, Tom and Jerry and whatnot. But stick to what you're good at. Terence Crawford is an exceptional talent. His one title was through the weights, undisputed at 3 weights now. And listen, if anyone can do it, it's him. I think the weight will be too much of an issue. Canelo is a special talent, and I think the weight will play a factor in the fight. But listen, Canelo once done it and made the step up to super middleweight. I would like Crawford to be more at light middle and middle to build into it, but you take these opportunities when they come, and that's what greatness is.
Roy Jones Jr. stood out for his confidence in Crawford. He compared the move up in weight to his own leap into heavyweight success and believed Crawford had done enough to prepare for the size difference. Jones argued that Alvarez had only one realistic path to victory, while Crawford had several. He said that even if he had to bet, he would back Crawford because of his freshness, hunger, and versatility. What struck Jones most was his doubt about Alvarez's motivation. He wasn't convinced that Canelo still had the same fire.
Fight the absolute correct fight that he can fight, the only correct fight that he can fight, he does have a chance, and I think he could be victorious. If he doesn't fight the one way that he can only fight to win it, Terence Crawford has 6 ways he can win it. And my money will go on the man who has 6 ways to win it over the man who has 1 way of winning it.
So you think Canelo has to kind of fight the perfect fight, right?
If he don't, he's in trouble. If he does, he should be all good.
George Kambosos Jr., known for his tactical insight, expected Crawford to make Alvarez chase him, exposing the same flaws seen in Canelo's fight with William Skull, where he struggled to cut off the ring. Still, Kambosos warned the fighters like Alvarez often find another gear when the stakes are highest, and he thought Canelo might rise to the moment in a way he hadn't in lesser fights.
Both guys have such dynamic, boxing attributes, and like I said, Canelo has to press Crawford. He has to be able to use his size, bully him, and able to land them shots that are going to hurt him and put him in 2 frames of mind. Now Crawford, on the other hand, as much as the size difference doesn't really look like there is a size difference, there is a difference in the weight they've been fighting at. And like I said, Canelo's been fighting as high as a light heavyweight. Crawford, in his last fight, did go up to junior middleweight against Madrimov. He did seem to struggle a little bit with a guy at a higher weight. So now you're moving up to super middleweight, will have some effect. But again, it is the biggest fight of his life, biggest fight of Canelo's life, and you're gonna truly think that they're going to be prepared for anything. But the big thing is, will Crawford be able to dictate the fight against a guy like Canelo Alvarez, who's the bigger man? The guy's going to be pushing the pressure. You know, we saw the way he dictated and hurt Errol Spence.
A litany of angles, and here comes Spence though as Crawford, and down goes Spence for the second time in the fight, and Spence is hurt.
You know, in that big fight where no one thought he would be able to do that against a guy like Spence. So, you know, it's going to be very, very interesting. Now,
Max Kellerman leaned heavily toward Crawford, basing his reasoning on longevity. He pointed out that while both were in their late 30s, Alvarez had nearly 2 decades of top-level wear and tear, having turned pro as a teenager. Crawford, in contrast, seemed fresher and was still picking up elite wins, including dominant victories over Errol Spence Jr. and Israel Madrimov. To Kellerman, Crawford ticked more boxes at the stage, giving him the edge.
Like, there's a reason that I think Crawford's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Right? Because I think, and Canelo once was. So even though Crawford is biologically older, Canelo has had the longer career. He's been fighting since he's a teenager, and there's been signs recently that maybe he's not the same guy that he used to be. By the way, I know people think Inoue and Usyk are ahead of Crawford. The Ring has them rated ahead of Crawford. I don't, because to me, pound for pound is not a fairness issue. It's an issue of just, who do you think is better? And the last time I saw Crawford, he moved up yet another division, beat at the time the guy I thought was the best fighter in the division. Turns out he wasn't, but I thought he was at the time. And before that, had just annihilated Errol Spence. So if you look at all the boxes, I'm going to check Crawford for most of them, if not all of them.
So don't forget to tell your reactions in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more boxing content like this.